All right, looking at the remainder of the week. So Thursday, we'll put it till Sunday because if this video doesn't work, who knows? If this doesn't work, my next live might be Holding Space Sunday, or it might actually be, depending on how my weekend's looking, we'll do Friday the 13th, or we'll do the Eclipse Day. Maybe we'll just have to go live on both because we'll need to. I think that particularly the eclipse itself is going to be a big shift again in energy. Um, Not that we're not feeling it right now, enough of a shift that it's more tangible for us to kind of see or feel, whichever the, seeing and feeling and all those fun things. All right, let's look at the tail end of this week. Yeah. Oop. Oop. I think I have to take both. Yeah. Okay. It's funny because this is kind of a bit of a contradiction, but we'll read it. Exposed and revealed. This is it's really funny because this is what happened in the other reading, except they came up in totally different cards that I don't even remember. But I was almost like, when I was finishing the reading, I was like, oh my God, this thing is dark and gloomy and not really feeling really great about releasing it, and then they disappeared. So maybe I manifested my own demise there. Okay, exposed and revealed. We're still this rest of this week, and I would say heading through the whole eclipse season for the next 2 weeks is more truth coming out. Which is this is the process we have to go through because to get to that other doorway and open it. Like we're going down this hallway, like the Hall of Records. It's almost like being at a museum and we're like, ooh, that happened? Ooh, that's gross. Like it's literally, but it has to be acknowledged and faced, right? It's that clearing karma, but you don't just get to say, oh, okay, I clear that. It's like, it has to be understood. Does that make sense? And yeah, and the best thing, I'm just going to bring this right up because it's a heart chakra card. But again, it becomes the advice card because see it, acknowledge what has happened. Do you see that face? That was weird. Acknowledge. Oh, yeah. Acknowledge what has happened. And then the next part of the process is let it go. For the sake of our hearts and the beauty. This card is beautiful. I love this card. I just love the color and everything. And it's really interesting because, it's just nature and beauty. And it's like the only way we get to this is we've got to go. Even though, like, it's tough stuff that we're going to hear. It's tough stuff that's happening right now. But it's been happening a long time and it has to work its karma out. But again, try not to stay in those lower frequencies. If you can transmute it and let it go as soon as possible, that's the best thing you can do. Don't hang on to it. Don't dwell in it. Don't swim in that pool of despair. Like, just see it for what it is and then send it some light and love and we move on, right? And if all of us are doing our work collectively, that's how we're getting this to move. All right, the next two cards are just a reminder. So we've got Seeing Beyond. This is seeing beyond all this stuff that's coming out here on this 3D level, is that the way you let it go is by reminding yourself there's something better. There is something way better. We can get there. We can get to that level. But we have to see the big picture and then see that beyond that is what we're looking for. And then we also got the Endless Possibilities card. The reason I like this one too is it is a crown. Is it a crown chakra card? Yeah. It has like just the way that it's like she's lining up her crown chakra to connect with source or, higher self. So that like whenever all this doom and gloom is happening, we always tend to go, well, that's, or I know I am. I'm like, oh, that's it. This world's doomed. We can't fix this. It's just a reminder that that's not true. And there's endless possibilities. But we have to do this work, this crown chakra work, where we're like being in states of bliss, raising our frequency. But it's more than that. It's about the manifestation process. And it's about creating, right? Co-creating this next piece. So it's basically the with those cards is like, yeah, shit's coming out. Don't let it get you down. You still have a mission to do, and you're quite capable of doing it. All right, let's see what these social cards have to say. Ah, crazy. Yeah, it's funny. That one came up the other night. That one didn't, but it's fair. Okay. So it's interesting because I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, that it came up in the second half of the week as well. Because I'll just show you the card. It's called the Miser card. This is us. Part of the stuff has to be exposed and revealed is this whole separation on this planet that has existed from the beginning of time, from as far as I can tell, where it's always a have and have-nots. It's a feudal system, a slave and a master. Sorry for using those terms. I know people don't like that. I'm just pointing out the points in history. Even to that, like when you go into, like, back into the kingdoms and stuff, doesn't matter what culture you're in. They did it in India. They did it in the UK. There was always a king and a queen, or many countries, Denmark, like you name it, right? There was always a higher up, and then the peasants below that did all the work and did all the stuff. That system has to die. But here's us. We're still in this mentality because we don't know what's coming and we don't know what the new is. And it's not there and tangible yet. It's just like we're clinging on to this old system and we just will not let it go. Like, oh my God, we need to, like that green card, the heart card, we need to let this go. Look at this obsession, right? This obsession with this rich. But look how ugly it makes this person. It doesn't make us happy. It doesn't make us beautiful. It has to change. I know we don't know how yet, but that's another thing about this whole trusting the universe and the letting source take this over is they have a plan. Don't think for a second they're just going to be like, all right, kids, we cleaned up the low energy. You figure it out. It's not going to work like that. There's a plan in place. Anyway, we have to let go of this, though. This greed, this, and we can say we don't. Like we're like, oh, well, I'm one of the peasants, and I don't do that. But our mindset always is, what is the first thing you ask somebody that would fix their life right now? I would answer the same thing. So I'm not condemning anybody. I would answer winning the lottery because then I can do whatever I want. It's that mentality and that system that we cannot continue anymore. Right? Because then I win the lottery and I can say I'm going to help people, which I would, but it's still become that top tier percent. It's not a benevolent system and it's not fair to all. And what's coming in is. So it's we got to stop clinging to these past ways. I know it's hard when we don't know what's coming. The universe is only helping us out by saying existence, the number one card, the beginning. It's a new beginning. All the magic of the universe is coming in to recreate. What was the beginning of the week? Recreation, renewal, recreation, I think was the word. It's not recreation, it's recreation. But we're coming into the new. And remembering that you have this great observer seat right now and just let it all come in and the new come in. This is the new, the shooting star. and we'll figure it out. We came to do this. It's going to be fine. And then the universe is just also letting us know, just like the end of last week is, or end of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The fruit's ripe, ready to pick. Everything's flowering and blooming. Yeah, she's sitting on the lotus of enlightenment. Like, we're there. It's time. We just have to do our best to stay out of this. It's time to let that die. I know, it scares me too, because I'm just like, but we don't have anything new, and what are we gonna do? Like, yeah, that's what triggers me all the time is like money. Every single time. It gets me every single time. I'm working on it, but I sometimes do not do a good job because I'm just human, aren't I? Okay, that is Thursday through Saturday, Sunday. I don't know yet. We'll see. But it's the end of the week. Let's sum up the whole thing and hope to God this video is allowed to be edited together. Okay, and summing up this week. Like I said, just depending on how this edit goes, it might just be that this channel is meant to be live all the time. It's how I used to do it. I started off initially, I didn't have a YouTube channel. I did my Facebook page was my, oh my God, Sword of Light is, okay, I didn't do this. This is a different deck altogether. Anyway, okay, I'm just going to pull this Sword of Light. Keep calling on Archangel Michael's like, I'm here to help you guys. Like, let's get this. You gotta remember, he's the warrior energy too. He came up during that Aries read, and so yeah. So if I can't cut these videos together with an editing system, I'll just revert back to the way I used to do it, which was just live, do a reading, have a chat if you're there, and I still do meditations. Just don't get all the fun graphics, but don't need the fun graphics anyway because you're supposed to be meditating. Your eyes are supposed to be closed. All right. I want this one. Okay. So, end of the week, we did get the death card. But as we know, death does not mean death, it just means change. So, I'm going to read this. I surrender. There's that word again. I surrender my ego and no longer let fear rule my life. I have love, faith, and hope. Yep. And look, my favorite, the full moon out there, out the window, which is funny. It's like a window in the sky. But the window is like, it's a nice peaceful setting out there. And she has the dove of peace above her head. So everything is fine. It's going to work out fine. It's going to change. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know what this is at the center. I'd say it's almost like an eclipse again. That's funny, hey? Anyway, so by this I would say is a full moon. So by the end of eclipse season, this shift will finally be not as intense, and that's what we expected from eclipse season. Apparently, I've suddenly lost my mind. So I am just going to read this one more time. I surrender my ego and no longer let fear rule my life. I have love, faith, and hope. That is what we need to do right now. That one, yeah, beautiful. Renewal. All the RE words are coming up again. Renewal, rebirth. We're almost there. I know I sound like a broken record with that. We're almost there. We're almost there like every week, but again, time and space is a whole different thing. I am drawing one portal card, and then I'm going to finish with the Spirit of Aloha. So, okay, we got for the end of the week Halls of Learning. Again, this is this hallway that I'm talking about. The light door, the new at the end, fully lit up. We can see it. We have to walk this path, this along. In each of these little cabinets, let's say they are cabinets or shelves of books, we're absorbing the energy of and learning about our true history, what has happened, why we were here, where we came from, all of it. So it's a lot to take in as we're walking down this hallway, but it has to be done to get here. There's no circumventing another way or sneaking out a side door and getting around to it. It's like we have to face this head on. And that's what we're starting to do this week with this eclipse. So again, you can do this. You've been here before. We've been in a situation like this before. There's a saying in Battlestar Galactica, all of this has happened before and all of it will happen again. Who knows? We might repeat this again in another lifetime on another planet. We've maybe ascended other planets. Maybe that's just where the global galactic ascension team, like, who knows? We'll find out soon, right? We'll remember soon. All right. The last card from the Spirit of Aloha deck is release or surrender into harmony. Forgive the past and free your future. I love it. Yeah. Just the past is, and again, it's not just our past. We are releasing the karmic past of this world, and it is a lot. So still keep trying to take care of yourself as best you can. Don't slip into those low frequencies of fear and doubt and addictions, and try, do your damnedest to release and surrender to harmony, because it's time and we need that energy out of all of us now. Okay, hopefully I get this video up. It's funny because another channeler, Amanda Ellis, that I follow, she's been having troubles getting her videos. Same thing, editing sound. It's like we're being thwarted on a very strange level. It's not YouTube actually thwarting us. I can upload a video to YouTube, no problem. But I can't seem to get my computer to help me. Just probably because it's all AI and it's listening. Anyway, we won't go into that craziness, but it probably is. Anyway, take care of yourselves this week. I really love you, and just know that it's going to be okay. I have my shit days too. Like, I don't record on those days, obviously. And we're going to have those moments of slipping into doubt, fear, sadness, all of it, because it's a lot to take in. But remember, we're all in this together. We came to do this, and we can do this. So, all right, take care of yourselves. Have a good eclipse season if I don't see you, but I will try to go live if all else fails. Take care.